Consistency is the quiet force that shapes destinies. It's not the dramatic burst of energy nor the fleeting surge of motivation that makes a difference. It's the steady, relentless commitment to daily discipline. Imagine a young woman named Maya. She dreamed of running a marathon, though she had never considered herself an athlete. The spark of motivation struck her one evening while watching a documentary about endurance runners. The next morning, she woke up inspired, laced up her shoes, and jogged around the block. It was tough, her breath short, her legs heavy, but she felt exhilarated. Motivation had lifted her out the door. But as days passed, that initial fire began to fade. The weather was cold, her schedule was busy, and the comfort of her bed seemed irresistible. It is here, in the quiet moments when motivation wanes, that most dreams come to a standstill. Maya faced the same crossroads that so many of us encounter. Would she let her goals slip away as she had before, or would she commit to the power of consistency? She made a promise to herself, not to run fast, not to run far, but simply to run every day, no matter what. The first few weeks were filled with small victories and setbacks. Some mornings she jogged with energy. Other days she shuffled along, fighting every step. There were moments when she wanted to quit, when the progress seemed invisible and the journey endless. But Maya held on to her daily discipline like a lifeline. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The act of showing up day after day began to transform her. She noticed subtle changes. Her breathing grew steadier, her legs stronger, her confidence deeper. The routine became second nature. Motivation occasionally returned, a welcome visitor, but it was discipline that had carved the path forward. Through the rhythm of repetition, Maya discovered that progress is not always loud or visible. Sometimes it's the quiet accumulation of effort that builds something extraordinary. People around her began to notice the changes. Friends asked her secret, expecting to hear about special diets or miracle routines. Maya smiled and answered, "Consistency." She explained that the difference wasn't in what she did, but in how reliably she did it. The power of daily discipline, she found, was in its ability to turn ordinary actions into extraordinary results. Eventually, the day of the marathon arrived. Maya stood at the starting line, surrounded by thousands of runners, each with their own story. The race itself was grueling. Her muscles burned, her mind wavered, but she pressed on. When she crossed the finish line, tears streamed down her face. It wasn't just the achievement of completing the marathon, it was the realization of what she had built within herself. The finish line was a symbol, not just of the miles she had run, but of the days she had chosen discipline over comfort, consistency over excuses. Maya's journey reminds us that motivation can be a powerful spark, but it is fleeting. Without daily discipline, motivation loses its power to transform. Consistency is what bridges the gap between intention and achievement. It is the daily commitment, the small choices repeated over time, that build momentum and create lasting change. So, whether your dream is to run a marathon, start a business, learn a language, or simply become a better version of yourself, remember that consistency is your greatest ally. Motivation may come and go, but the habits you build through daily discipline will carry you forward. Embrace the power of showing up day after day and watch as your efforts create a life that reflects your deepest aspirations. In the end, it's not what you do once, it's what you do consistently that defines who you become.